All right, and I am live. No cat. Let me see about using my camera. And hopefully it will work for me today. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing, cat? How are you today? And how is everything going? What's going on? Good. I'm all right. I'm a little distracted, maybe. Distracted might be a good word, but I'm all right. Okay. What kind of animals do you have? What kind of pets? Cleaning a cage. I have a approximately 60-pound dog who is part beagle and part American bulldog, and she was in a mood this morning, but there was a slightly aggressive dog that had her stressed out because it does not compute if another dog does not like her. She's like, no, you have to like me. You just have to. Guinea pigs. Oh, okay, got it. Guinea pigs. Guinea pigs they're interesting little animals. I've never had a pet like that. I never had that sort of pet. I grew up around dogs and cats and horses. So it was always some version of that. With the exception of my younger brother did have a fish tank. So yeah, he did have fish at one point because he was really interested. I will try to not mess with my hair too much. I'm still getting used to my haircut. It kind of reminds me of Queen Elsa at the end of Frozen 2. A little bit. I digress. But I think it definitely made it a little bit lighter and less just hanging. But anyway, I can go into my spiel. I can go into my intro. It's still kind of falling. My spiel, my intro is, that's going to distract me. My name is Heather Dewey Pettit. I am a writer, editor, and artist. Can you say author if you have a short story published? My first published story, short story, I should say, was in the AuthorTube thing a couple months ago, audiobook. But let's see. But I have a book length story that hello. No worries. But hello. No worries, Maggie. Let's see. Well, I lost connection to my camera before I even went live, so we'll have to see how that happens. How that goes, I mean. So I'm still playing with my hair, sorry. Okay. But my book length work of fiction, one of the titles I had thought of was The Tree, the Well, and the Sea. And then when I realized that the story was too big and I couldn't fit it all, the story that I wanted to tell, I couldn't fit it into one book. I shortened it to The Tree, or another title I have come up with is A Tree of Anun, or I could use the word Anuvan, which is a Welsh word for the Celtic otherworld. So, that's all I will say at the moment. And let's see, as an editor, I am a freelance line editor, copy editor, and proofreader. And I've been doing that kind of off and on, though, since approximately 2001. So 20 years. That's been 20 years. Oh my gosh. I want to say that was May. It might have been May of that year. Wowee. And as an artist, I've been a crafter for off and on for a very, very long time, since I was in my early 20s. I have recently got back into it, and I love playing with watercolors and stamps and ink. And I actually have an Etsy shop where I'm starting to sell my artwork online. So that's that. I'm not quite sure if Charlie's coming, but sometimes Charlie Dorset comes to my channel. We will see how that goes. Another thing I do, and I think about it because I saw the sticker that's up there. Another thing that I have done in the past is, oh, wow, that's dustier than I thought, is I have been attending a convention since 2014, and I started speaking on panels, excuse me, in, I want to say 2018. That sounds right to me. And it is called Necronomicon Tampa, specifically. And let's see, it's called, the website is necronomicontampa.org. It is, so it's a nonprofit, it is a nonprofit con, and I know that's not very common. But I have, and then I find my my mouse to the laptop I'm using for streaming. But it is a great con. In fact, guys, their focus is on authors, but they do on occasion also have others who are involved with science fiction, fantasy, and horror, and comic books. They had an actress a couple years ago. Oh, what was her name? I'll have to find out. Who was in some B horror movies. So yeah. So that's a it's a kind of a fun thing that people might like to know. And as a panelist, I've talked about the experience of disability in science fiction and fantasy, as a person with disabilities, as well as a parent of a child with disabilities. That has worked out very well for me, basically. So it is a lot of fun, and they're a bunch of really great people. So it's really great. So like Charlie Dorset, I've been to cons in the past, and whatever. Actually, I have been going to cons since I was young because my older brother liked to attend them. Um, so there's a lot of history there because we would all go. Yeah, but he's been a he's been a he's been a fan of fantasy and science fiction since he was a kid. We both grew up watching Star Trek and Star Wars, so that's our generation. We are the first generation to grow up with Star Wars. Gen X for the win, I guess. Anyway, I'm just waiting to see if anybody is ready for some sprints. You guys just let me know, and I can get us ready and get us set up. Let me go ahead and let's see. Actually, I'll get us set up with a timer. Just in case of internet issues, I do tend to just use the Google timer because that's probably a good idea. And also, for those of you who are new and watching this live or the replay, I like to, hello, and thank you for watching, by the way. I tend to start with 15 minutes to kind of, oh, wait a minute. Let's stop it for a second. There we go. Basically, I start with 15 minutes and then I use the classic Pomodoro style sprints of 25 minutes for working. Okay, let's see. Let me get this shared. I hope your internet isn't acting too badly, Maggie. Okay, share screen, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, that looks like that's working well. Yay. All right. Well, one thing I'll do during this sprint is go wash my hands because I did not realize how dusty that sticker was. Okay. All right. Just let me know when you guys want to get started. But actually, in fact, I've used this shirt that I have on to do a bit of cosplaying. Never thought I'd do much of that, but I've been doing some the last few years or so. Yes, there's a character with blonde hair and brown eyebrows that I have cosplayed in the past that famously wore a purple shirt and a blue jacket and had a humongous gun. If you're a Doctor Who fan, you might know who I'm talking about. If you're not, that's okay. Her name is Rose Tyler. I can make my eyebrows look really big. Anywho, Or blah, blah. Are we ready to sprint? I think I am ready. I hope everybody's internet connection is good. I think I will sit up straight because that's a good thing to do. Let's do that. Let's sit up straight. Let's make sure we're not hunched over. Excuse me. Maybe roll the shoulders back. Oh, that always feels great. Do a little stretching. Make sure that you hydrate if you need to. It's a good thing. Hydration is very important. Hey, but if you guys are ready, we can get this started. I don't see a no, so I think maybe I'll go ahead and do it. Okay, we shall. Okay, I'll get it started. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sprint. So sorry that went for so long. I had stepped away. Let me see if my camera's still working. Yay, it is. Okay, let me get rid of all this stuff. Okay. How did everybody do? What did everybody do? I got water and a small amount of coffee. And before that, I obviously washed my hands. Get rid of a couple things here. I had to plug in the streaming laptop, and I worked on an email. So that was my little beginning here. Let's see. All right. So I hope Maggie Ward is, I hope her internet's okay. Hello. Hello. I don't believe I've seen you on my streams before. Welcome. Let's see. How do you develop complex characters? How do you give them flaws and make them relatable? Oh, so hi. How much of yourself do you put in them to relate to them, but still make them different? You know, it's something that takes a lot of practice. You just learned about them? Do you mean you just learned you just learned about this aspect of creating a character? There are many books that you can read about creating characters, and it's a topic that is definitely covered in these books about developing a complex character. Oh, you just learned about live streams. Okay. Yeah. I discovered the live streams a few years ago, about 5-6 years ago, probably. Yeah, I started attending. Probably the first one was Tamara Woods. At the time, it was there were only a couple of people. She is very knowledgeable about this sort of thing, and she does a lot of workshops specifically on that sort of thing. Okay, that's cool. Thrifty simplicity. Ooh, I like iced coffee myself. One reason being I live in Florida and it's pretty hot here. You know, it's again creating a complex character. It takes some time to do. Sometimes, sometimes it takes. Honestly, sometimes it takes a couple of rewrites of a story, but not always. If you start at the beginning and basically do your research, again, there's lots of books about it. What do I have? There are some whole series of books that Writer's Digest publishes about plot. I'm just looking at a couple straight across the way from me where my bookcase is. There's one on dialogue. There's one on plot and structure. There's one, oh, here it is, characters and viewpoint. That's a pretty good book. And I highly recommend that series. That's really good. No problem. You're welcome. But again, there's lots of books about that sort of thing. So, yeah. I hope that covered everything. I hope that sort of answered your question. And basically also just doing as much reading as you can helps. And while while thinking about the characters as you're reading kind of helps too. Oh, good. I'm glad I was able to help you with that. But specifically, I'm what I edit for is more the nitty-gritty, the copy editing, the line editing, the proofreading. So that's what I'm a little bit more knowledgeable about. That's just my thing. But anyway, I don't want to talk too long in between the sprints. If I can help it, sometimes I'm starting to get in the habit of, and I didn't do it this time, but I'll do it next time for sure, of setting a 5-minute timer, so I don't take too long chatting in between. Another channel that she has a great system, and I'm kind of working on my system. I'm still working on my system, and I've been doing this for over a year. Whatever. But anyway, let's see. Everybody, let me know when you are ready for another sprint. Or I can just go ahead and do it. Because, I think it's been approximately 3 to 4 minutes since that sprint ended. I'm very glad I could help some. Let's see. I can go ahead and get that back on. Let me get my mouse. Thrifty Simplicity, I have been going from noon to 2. I can do 20 if you'd rather, or I can do 25. Lately I've been doing 25 because it seems to be, the classic Pomodoro. It seems to be a good amount of time. But if you'd rather, it's fine. Please let me know. I do not have a problem with that. And there goes my camera. Sorry. Yes, and I do have it connected directly into my. Oh no, I don't. I thought the other end of the cord was plugged into my Wi-Fi router. Apparently it's not. Well, how silly. No, it is. Well, let me see if that helps. Maybe it did. Okay, if 25 is good, then we'll do that. Here's my water. I like this. I like these. I think they're great. No, I do see that my it's a little weak actually. My connection is a little weak. So what I might do is just get rid of it. just close out the internet on my other laptop. That's what I have to do. Then that's what I have to do for now. Alrighty. Here we go. Let me get this shared, reshared, and if 25 is good, we can do that. That's good for everybody. What do you think? Good for everybody else too? Oh, excuse me. Okay, I'm not hearing any voices of dissent. So I think we'll do that. Alrighty. So let's see, before I do that. Oh, well, hello, Better Days Sellers. How are you? We are just about to get into the second sprint. Let me edit my banner real quick here. Whoops, wait a minute. Edit, there we go. On sprint number 2. Here we go. Save and show. Okay. Alrighty. What do you think about the brown Better Days Sellers? I've been playing with colors lately. All right. Yes, I agree. Let's do this. But I am going to be working with somebody that's going to help me with the branding. Yay for that. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. I agree. Get a drink of water if you need. Get up and walk around first if you need to as well. I'm going to sit up really good. Oh, and I popped my back when I did that. So that was a good thing. Anyway, we're going to get this started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sprint. So that woke the dog up. Sorry. Okay. How did everybody do? What did everybody do? And Charlie came in. I did some editing, and Charlie came in. I was also texting with my husband. Let's see.
Hello.
What's going on, Governor? Okay. I don't know. That was dumb. That was really dumb. I don't know why I said that.
I don't know what I'm doing today. I should be editing. I'll get to it. I promise. After yesterday's, oh wow, I completely wrote the wrong character's name in this entire passage debacle. I'm just like afraid to see what else I've done in this manuscript.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Yes. I'm only on chapter 2, so I'm pretty sure there's more shenanigans yet to be found.
Yeah. Oh well.
Though I stand by what I said last night on the stream.
What's up?
Apparently, my writing is so amazing and wonderful that none of the beta readers, nor did I on my first read through, realize that I had made such a colossal mix-up. So I'm
enamored of your prose.
I am choosing to believe that because the alternative is too sad for me to accept. Because too many eyes had seen this passage for none of us to have noticed. Like, why? Wait, what? This does not make sense.
Oh, that's too bad.
Like, if it wasn't for the fact that because I'm going through paragraph by paragraph, and it just like my spidey sense went off, and it's just like something is wrong with this paragraph. I don't know what it is, and I stared at it for probably 15 minutes before I figured it out. And I was just like, oh, because it says Sebastian, and then all the pronouns are she. But Sebastian wouldn't have done this. Why does it say his name? And then because he's in the hall talking to Maeve, and okay. This is what Maeve is doing. I wrote the wrong character in.
Whoops. Gotcha.
Which really has me nervous because, like, I'm not that far away from the first fight scene, and I'm like, did I have the wrong side win? Like,
oh, funny.
Please tell me I made the proper side win. I'm sure you've already covered this, but I was late as usual. How are you doing today?
No worries. I'm okay, I guess. I'm not as tired as I was yesterday. Yesterday I was tired. I think I had a decent enough amount of sleep. So I'm okay. I'm all right. I am for some reason continuing to work while we're talking. Project deletion, blah blah blah. Take out the space. Take out the line space. Formatting type stuff.
It's hard to stop sometimes.
Yes, it is, especially when you're kind of on a roll. I'm like, but whoops, that's not my line. I don't want to stop. It's like I'm on a roll. Okay. Oh boy. Project deletion. By the way, if you can't tell, I love working in track changes in Word. I do like it. There are a lot of bells and whistles that you can use, like editing. And also, the author can see both versions, obviously. They can compare the one that's marked up with the original and say, oh, okay. You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm at the stage of the draft where I'm consolidating scenes because because I work in Scrivener, so I actually make each beat in the story its own document, its own file.
Oh yeah, I
in,
forgot to do
in the
that.
tree. That way, when I'm writing it, I'm just focused on that beat and write that beat, move on to the next, move on to the next, move on to the next, going through the story. And then when you get at this point, it's like, okay, look at it and go, okay, these are all together, so that's actually a scene, and then merge documents and stuff.
Yes, merge documents. Yeah, I just did that last week. I was like, how do I do this again? Because it had been a little while since I'd done it. So I'm like, I had a brain fart. I had to, as they say. I do remember how to do it. Let me do something real quick.
I'm also at the worst part of the editing fiasco in that I've just started and my brain is already going, hey, this would be a really cool thing to be writing right now. Yeah, but I'm editing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I will write you down for later. Keep that enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I like it, but we're
or
in the editing.
other projects, when I'm, take a break to go through my email, and I see something from, like an artsy channel that I follow, and oh, that looks so cool. Like there's a channel called, basically it's by a stamp maker that makes lots of fairy related stamps that I really love. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm editing. Or I'm in the middle of this, that, and the other. So
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Like I've been through this process enough. Like I know what all the stages are. Like the second stage of grief that comes upon me when I'm an editor, which I'm not that far away from, is the why did I even start this story? Nobody's ever gonna like it. What is this crap? And why did I do it? So I got that to look forward to soon because it eventually shows up no matter what, no matter how much I like the story. And then that's followed by how in the world am I ever going to market this? Which is followed by the final stage of editing, which is acceptance of it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's that is what it is. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
Sorry if you can hear me like slurping coffee down like a monster.
And so I'm getting texts coming in from the hubby, so yeah.
Oh, I hope it's today, but I think my game Dodge or Punch is gonna.
Oh, you know what? I hate to interrupt you. Can we go ahead and sprint because I need to call my husband? I'm so sorry.
Oh no, no problem.
Sorry for interrupting. Okay,
No
1 second.
No problem.
Okay. Let's just go ahead and 25 again. Okay. Yeah, we're having an issue with cell phones, so yeah, so kind of I need to call him. Sorry. Okay. Hey, stretch the spine. Take a drink of water. Do what you gotta do first. And you can do it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get this started. Sorry, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sprint.
Hello, everyone. How are you
Okay.
doing?
Yes.
That was really good
How did
timing.
everybody do? What's that?
I said that was really good timing.
Really?
I finished 2 scenes and I was like, it's been a while. I wonder how much time's left over on the timer. And I went over and I saw it go 3, 2, 1. And I'm like,
Uh,
yeah, really good timing.
perfect.
Perfect.
That's just perfect. Let's see. Let me take off. Then that was number 3. Yeah, so anyway, the situation with the phone was resolved, and I did a little bit more editing, and I started replying to somebody on Facebook in an editing. Don't worry, it was an editing group. Oh boy. But so yeah. How much did I get done? And I was working on replying to an email as well. So not too bad. Not too bad. I've got a few pages done here.
I am, despite all of my natural instincts, starting to feel more comfortable with this story because at least the last 2 scenes that I looked at, either I missed all of the problems that were in them or they had fewer. So
Okay.
well, it took me 2 days to edit chapter 1.
Here we go.
So I was like, this is going to be a nightmare editing process because that took a long time. But apparently I didn't mess up at least the entire book. So the first chapter. So
it was only the first chapter. Oh, that's good.
So we'll see. Hopefully this trend will continue through. But first chapters are always a nightmare anyway. So
yeah, that's true. Very true. Very, very. That is very, very true. Yeah, I almost did a little bit of something wrong when I was editing this piece, and I was like, no, not that way. Do it this other way. Duh. So I had to go back and fix a few things. Good thing it wasn't, I hadn't done it for very long, just like you. So yeah, that's a good thing. I didn't have to undo that too much. Well, but reject the thing. And,
luckily, one of my problems was easy to fix, and that's that I spelled one character's name 2 different ways, and just kind of alternated back and forth throughout the manuscript.
See, that's another thing that a copy editor can check for.
Find and replace.
But find and replace, yes.
So yeah, I think I've got all those fixed. We'll see when it goes to edits. The other one though that's really been bugging me because it flows really, really well, and it's making me like question if this should have been written in present tense. Is it keeps going back and forth between past and present tense.
Oops.
And again, I missed it in my first read through, and most of the betas have missed them in most of the read throughs. And I'm just like,
interesting.
It does read really naturally to be flipping back and forth like this. Does that mean that I should just rewrite the whole thing in present? I hate stories in present tense. No.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I think I prefer past tense for most things, except obviously for creative nonfiction. That's a given. But
yeah.
But for fiction, I don't know. My brain just works that way.
Well, it also limits the sentence structures that you can use because we don't speak a lot in present tense in English. So we don't have the same.
That is very true. Yes.
That's lexical tricks that we can pull and other there's a lot of things we can't do if we're sticking in the present tense.
That's why when it is done well, it really gets your attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it limits your grammatical and vocab and lexical options.
Yes, that's true.
A lot.
Yeah. As well, yeah. Yeah. There are certain POVs that are like that too, that kind of limit. You have limitations. Oh, like the one I'm using in my own story. Yeah. Because I'm using third person deep.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of she's going on. I'm like, delete that one, rewrite this so that I don't have to use she's so much. Oh god.
Yeah, I'm doing third person deep, and it's really I hope it's as noticeable as I want it to be, because the story has, at least at this point, 2 POVs, and I'm hoping that it really comes across in the difference in the way that they talk and the way that the prose is written.
Okay.
But I've heard some really good things. A lot of people really enjoy at least one of the POVs, and that's good because she's the majority of the story. She's the main POV, so it's good that they like her point of view because they get a lot of it. But she's, in a lot of ways, a lot harder for me to write because her perspective is so different from mine in a lot of ways.
Okay.
She was harder for me to write just because I had to diverse my own opinion, divorce my own opinions from what was going on and be like, no, she would see it this way.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to remove a bit more of that. I don't want to say author voice because it's not what it is, but I have a bad tendency to kind of be an invisible third, additional character in the story, in the narration, and I don't really like that. So trying to squish that out.
Cool. Oh yeah, I forgot to do my 5-minute thing. See, I'm still getting used to using a timer in between.
If you hear any complaints from my dog in the background, a chilly breeze just
it's
blew
almost 2
outside.
anyway. A chilly breeze, you said?
Yeah, it just blew outside, and she had to come in because it's not perfect temperature, and I forgot to regulate the wind, and it's all my fault.
That's funny.
I love that she thinks that I have a lot more power than I do, but there's nothing I can do about the wind. Plus, it looks like it's already died out. It looks calm outside now. She's fed up with it and hasn't come back out to notice that the wind has calmed down. You know what? I think I'm almost done with chapter 2 already. Wow. Okay, so this is going faster. Yay. That's exciting. But I did figure out how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to handle the serialization of this, because the story basically has 12 chapter story arcs that propel it forward. So I'm going to write them 12 chapters at a time. And then go through the edits and stuff and bounce back and forth that way as a way to
Oh,
get
okay.
it all out. Because
That's a good idea.
if I'm releasing 2 chapters a week on Vela, which is my goal for myself, then 12 chapters is 6 weeks. So that gives me 6 weeks to write and edit each 12 chapter block. And that
That's
feels
a great idea.
that feels doable.
That's a great idea.
So that also makes me very happy because I really want this to work. I love doing serials. But figuring out the actual work plan, how you're gonna make it work without burnout is the nice thing is if I can keep the schedule 6 weeks on, for each, run time for each section of the story, that actually gives me time to take like days off and stuff. So, because that's longer than a nano and it's only going to be about 20,000 words every 12 chapters. So,
okay. 20,000 words every 12. Okay.
Yeah, so that's basically doing a half. Basically, I'd be doing a half nano every 6 weeks. That should not be a problem. I hope.
Yeah.
Or something made out of wood.
I have something. Apparently, my desk is real wood. So, yeah.
Yeah, I have a table next to me that is. I quickly wrapped my knuckles thereupon.
Berries. Nothing like doing something that's mindless, that doesn't use too much brain power.
Yeah.
So you can talk at the same time. Oh, it is a little time consuming.
And I'm really looking forward to the first Coffee Cafe stream today at 2:30 on Kat's Twitch channel. They're going to just be doing crafts and hanging out and talking.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. Crafts, huh? Maybe I could take a break from this.
Yeah, I know Glory is going to be crocheting.
Oh, yeah? That sounds interesting.
I don't remember if Kat said what she's doing. But sounds like a nice chill thing to have on in the afternoon.
For sure. And I have, you know what? I have thought of doing something similar in the past. Everybody let me know. Anybody watching? Let me know if you, what do you think about that, Charlie? I know I talk about editing quite often and writing. I sometimes show, during streams, sometimes I show things I'm currently working on.
There are some channels I follow just to
when I get a chance, that is.
There's some channels I follow just to watch them draw and paint. Because
same here.
That's their videos. It's just like, it's outlined here. I'm going to be doing coloring today. And like, those are my favorites. Like, yes.
Right. That's how I started watching this one lady because, she draws and she's a watercolorist. She also does other crafts and stuff. The Frugal Crafter. She's awesome. And she's a really good teacher. And she made me think I could actually do stuff. So I do recommend her for especially for beginners. But oftentimes she'll use stamps and then color in the image. So I had already been looking at stamps at the big box craft stores, and that it kind of solidified it for me, saying maybe I can do that. Yeah, and I now have an Etsy shop where I have some cards with colored and stamped images and some other things. Some bookmarks. As a matter of fact, there are some bookmarks I really want to work on. So I might actually work on that for a bit this afternoon because I got something to do tonight. I'm not sure about what I'll be able to work on tonight. I got a thing for my kids, so. I got a mom thing going on. Whoops. Let's just knock into my other laptop. What?
That's okay. I knocked it.
What's that?
I said, that's okay. I knocked an entire stack of books on top of me yesterday.
Oh, geez.
Because I wasn't paying attention. Like I took the stack over to the desk so I'd have them for easy reference if I needed them. Mm-hmm. And then like I forgot that they were where they were, and I stood up and I put my hands on the part of my desk to steady myself when I stood up. Like forgot the books were right there.
Yeah.
I was like, yay, it's pick up sticks, but with books. Yay.
Yeah. Let's see. Go ahead and check that. Oh, what are we doing anyway? My husband started saying that a few years back, because any reference to my maiden name will be used. Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. That's an old Three Stooges short.
Yep.
So yeah. Yeah. Actually, I don't remember if I got it or somebody in my family got a greeting card once, and it referenced that, and it was right on the, they were lawyers, and they're standing right in front of the, the door with the glass window and that or whatever it was, and they would put things on the window. Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, there's also lots of, watching DuckTales. There's on occasion there'll be a reference to, like, say, a library or something. Yeah. I am used to that. I've often thought of, should I have library books and a logo? I don't know. I suppose I could.
Hi, Bonnie.
I don't know how. Well, hello. Hi, Bonnie. How are you? What is going on? So I'm curious what this looks like on Twitch. Taking a break from gardening. That's cool. Gardening is fun. When I eventually do have a house, I would like to have a garden.
I love to garden. Unfortunately, I have the blackest of black thumbs and can kill anything that I touch.
Mine is well, it's green tinged with brown because I look over at my plants and that's exactly how they look. They're in various states of help, I need water, or I have too much.
We planted white and yellow roses in front of the house, and they're all pink now because, of course, they are. And I just stopped touching them. Like, they've already turned pink, and I don't know why. So we think it's the soil, though.
Oh, it's on its own, Bonnie. It's funny. Oh, I understand. Trying to do it too fast. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, YouTube chat is the easiest way to notice that my dyslexia, because I type words fun.
Yeah, I think I have a light case of dyslexia because not only do it's like not only do I it's interesting. I've typed P's for D's on occasion. What else have I done? I do that sometimes. I could be. But I know that often dyslexia oftentimes goes along with some, let's just say some other conditions. So it's possible. If it is there, it's pretty light. It's nothing major. But I'm 100% sure I have dysgraphia because when I have attempted to do math, I was always doing that kind of stuff. Always. So that's interesting, huh? I seriously do think I have that math disability. Or I would have passed, I would have, actually gotten my associate's degree. Anywho.
I have a deep love of math. But that's just because
I also have math anxiety, so.
I find it to be extremely honest because there is literally an answer. There is one answer.
Yeah.
I thought for a while I might, but when I was debating what I was going to do with my life, and I was thinking of going into physics or just going straight into being a mathematician or a statistician for a while.
Wow. Excuse me. I bow down to you, Charlie, because that is not me whatsoever. At least I'm embracing it, right?
My biggest problem is that I'm very good at pattern recognition, which is a blessing and a curse.
It's what?
Which is a blessing and a curse.
Ah, okay.
And that's very helpful when you're trying to figure out, like, especially a statistics thing, because once you can start seeing patterns, you have a better understanding of what you're doing. What is the data? What are you doing with this data? What are all of these numbers for?
Yep. Save. Make sure you hit the save button, right?
Yes.
Everybody, please remember to hit the save button.
Yeah, I'm really, really nervous and I made sure to take to back up my project before I got started because I'm editing in per writing aid.
Are you? Okay.
And it literally opens your Scrivener file so that you can do your edits in there, but with all its tools. And when they first launched it, and it hasn't had this problem for probably 3 years, but when they first launched the tool, it had a chance of randomly deleting text when you hit save. So I still live in paranoia. Yeah, I still live in paranoia that it's going to have that bug again. So save, back up, early, often.
Yep. I even have a working document, and then I have another document that I've been creating once a week. That might be a good thing. Huh? That might be a real good thing. That's a new process. Let's see.
going to need to run and go check on something real quick.
So let's see, what time is it? It's 11 after. I'll take a little bit longer and then I'll go.
I'll be right back. I need to go check on something real quick. And if you have to end the stream before I get back, I am all right with that. That's fine. I'll be right back.
Okay. Let's see. Just wondering if you're still here, Bonnie. If not, that's fine. Let's see. It is almost quarter after the hour. Maybe I'll go into my outro, and then if Charlie gets back after that, that would work. My name is Heather Dewey Pettit, and you done with lunch? Okay. Thank you, Bonnie. You too. Let's see. I am currently streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon to 2 Eastern. And that's going to my YouTube channel and my Twitch currently. I think that's a good idea that I have a backup in that way, just in case of whatever. Let's see here. If you have any questions about editing and the editing process for the publication process, I have some basic knowledge about the bulk of the publishing process. But I have more knowledge specifically about copy editing, proofreading, and line editing, which is can also be called substantive editing. So let's see. Let's see, and in addition, yes, I am still working on my book length whip, which maybe I'll get a chance to work on this evening after my kid goes to bed. And let's see. And like I said earlier, I do have an Etsy shop, and I can be reached at Heather Dewey Pettit on all of my social media. I do have another YouTube channel. It's called Autism, Love, and Acceptance. I might leave that way. I think I still like it. It's using 2 commas, basically using the Oxford comma, folks. Let's see. But it's supposed to be a play on words and a play on punctuation, because that's my thing. And the accompanying social media to go with that. So yeah. Feel free to drop me a line if you have any questions about copy editing, proofreading, or any other services. Oh, by the way, I also do a sensitivity reading. So that is another service that I provide, as well as these spreads. So I hope everybody has a great day, and if Charlie's not back in just a second, then I'll go ahead and end the stream, so it's quarter after. Oh, look at that, Charlie's here.
Sorry, we have a trade show today. We have a local trade show today, and I was making sure everything was on schedule.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Hi. Bye.
Did you want to say anything real quick?
I just launched a new channel named Wisdom's Cry, and I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff about mysticism and meditation over there, including, I haven't set a date yet, but we're going to be doing art as meditation streams over there. which are
That I'm
really,
looking forward to.
really good and relaxing. So definitely check that out if that's something that you're interested in. And
Hey,
yeah, hopefully this book will be done soon.
Charlie. Hey, Charlie, if you can, would you put a link to that?
Yeah,
You have a wrench, don't you?
I believe so.
I believe so as
If
well.
not, we'll know in a second.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Though I need to
Though my
not be on
internet
that account.
is working well at the moment. Of course, now I said that. Oh, knocking! I'm knocking. And what's it called again? Wisdom.
It's called Wisdom's Cry.
Wisdom's Cry.
Which is also the name of the spiritual podcast that I do.
Cool.
There we go. Yeah, it's
Please share all the links to all the things, and I will go back and link things in the description too.
yeah, the name is
Actually,
inspired
I need to
by
work on my description.
the name is inspired by a line from the book of Proverbs where it says, "Does not wisdom cry and understanding put forth her voice?" And the whole idea is that it's a place to sit and chat about these things because I think everybody wants to find wisdom. And
Yes.
I'm not claiming that I have it. It's just here's some things that I've read that seem really, really interesting. Let's talk about them. So
That's awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I've read a few things, nothing compared to you, Charlie. But then again, you did have a. Did you say you went to seminary, or what did
I
you?
have a little bit of some seminary training. I was that was going to be my future until things happened. And I have actually been working as a preacher in the local area for quite some time. So
Okay.
it's kind of been my thing for a while. When I talk about my other job, that's usually what I'm talking about.
Right. Very interesting.
But everybody could use some compassion, some meditation, and some mindfulness. So
I definitely agree with that.
and after a discussion, we decided why not try a YouTube channel. So
Awesome.
trying a YouTube channel.
Why not?
Why not?
Everybody has a YouTube channel.
Feels that way, doesn't it?
Something I was just, for some reason, I wanted to say that. Yeah, but this is a channel that is needed. However, greatly needed. We need some peace in the world.
Yes.
That's for sure. Okay. Well, I hope you have a great day, Charlie. I think I need to go and make a phone call.
Same.
So I will see you soon. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you to anybody watching live and the replay. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
All right. Bye.